All right, welcome. Today, we're going to break down the essentials of service technology. If you're studying hospitality or business, this is a topic you absolutely have to know. We're going to cover what it is, why it's so important, and how it's changing the entire guest experience as we speak.
So let's start with something you've probably already done. I mean, have you ever checked into a hotel and just walked straight to your room, totally skipping the front desk? Or maybe you've sat down at a restaurant, scanned a QR code, and ordered your whole meal right from your phone? If you're nodding yes, well, you've already used the exact technology we're talking about today.
And you've definitely seen these things everywhere, right? Those self-ordering kiosks at fast food places are such a classic example of service tech in action. They completely change how things work, letting you customize and place your order without ever having to talk to a cashier.
Or what about this? Mobile room keys. Using your phone to unlock your hotel room door is another perfect example. See, these technologies are popping up all over the place, making our lives way easier. So let's get down to it. What exactly is service technology? Okay, to put it simply, service technology is really the engine running everything behind the scenes. It's all the software and the systems that help hotels and restaurants serve you, solve problems, and just run their business successfully. You can think of it as the digital backbone of the entire modern guest experience. So we know what it is. Now let's dig into the why. How did this technology go from being kind of a cool novelty to something that both guests and businesses pretty much can't live without? Well, the whole story really hit the accelerator a few years ago. You know, before 2020, this tech was often just seen as a convenience, a nice to have. But the pandemic, it turned it into a flat-out necessity for safe, contactless service. And today, it's just an expectation. Guests now just assume this level of technology will be there. And this slide really breaks down the benefits from your point of view as the guest. The advantages are pretty obvious, right? Less waiting around, more control over your own experience, and just way better communication. For instance, like it shows on the slide, a simple translation feature on a tablet can instantly tear down language barriers, which makes a stay so much smoother for international travelers. Okay, let's get into the specifics. First up, hotels. How are they using this tech to engineer that perfect, seamless stay for all their guests? A modern hotel is basically a web of interconnected tech. You see the parts that face the guest, like mobile keys. But behind the scenes, you've got systems like NFC, that's near-field communication, for stuff like contactless payments. And at the very heart of it all is the most critical piece of software, the Property Management System, or PMS. And this table perfectly shows why the PMS is so powerful. Seriously, think of it as the hotel's central nervous system. It's one single platform that connects every single department. So while the front desk is using it for reservations and housekeeping is updating room statuses, management is getting a goldmine of data. They can analyze booking trends and desk preferences to make smarter decisions about pricing and marketing. So it's not just about running the hotel day to day, it's about strategically growing the business. All right, now let's switch gears and talk about restaurants, because the food and beverage industry has been just as radically transformed by all this tech. The modern restaurant is just as packed with tech. I mean, think about it. You've got online ordering apps, digital wait lists that text you when your table's ready, QR code menus, and those tablets on the table for ordering and paying. Technology is now baked into every single step of the dining experience. Let's just walk through the journey with a tabletop tablet for a second. You can browse the menu, you can even check nutritional facts. You place your order, and boom, it goes straight to the kitchen. While you're waiting, you can play a game, and when you're all done, you pay the bill right there. The whole process is streamlined, giving you more control and saving time for everybody involved. Okay, so we've covered the what, the why, and the how, but this all brings us to the most important question for any business. What's the so what? Why does all this technology actually matter to the bottom line? This quote from our source material really just says it all, doesn't it? The ultimate goal isn't just to have a bunch of cool gadgets. It's about driving business success by making everything from the back office stuff to the guest experience itself way more efficient. So let's break down what that success looks like, which you can see right here in the chart. A huge piece of the pie, no surprise, is cutting labor costs through automation. But it's also about making operations run smoother, creating better experiences that make guests more loyal, and even opening up new ways to make money, like when an app prompts you to add a dessert to your order. And to put that efficiency into perspective, just look at this number, 15. Think about a task that might take a person 15 hours to complete, like compiling some complex report. A modern system can now do that in a matter of seconds. That is a truly game-changing leap in productivity.
So, we're going to end on a big question for the future. As automation starts to handle more and more of the routine tasks, what happens to the human side of hospitality? What is the role of that personal connection when a tablet takes your order and your phone is your room key? That's really the key question that everyone in this industry is trying to figure out right now.